"Don't go into that room," the security guard said, stepping right in front of the CEO, hand raised, eyes wide. She froze. No one had ever dared stop her like that, not in her own building, not in front of her team. Everyone thought he was losing it, a paranoid old man making a scene. But she looked in his eyes and knew something was wrong, deeply wrong. 30 minutes later, the building was surrounded by federal agents, and the company she built from scratch would never be the same again. Before we dive in, drop a comment telling me which city you're watching from. I love seeing how far these stories travel. Emily Carter was known for being sharp, confident, always 2 steps ahead. At just 36, she'd taken a struggling Atlanta-based startup and turned it into one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the country. Her employees admired her. Her board feared her. She trusted no one blindly, except maybe her assistant, Anna, and her CTO, Darren, who'd been with her since day one. It was supposed to be just another Monday, packed with meetings, investor calls, and a board presentation in the executive conference room. She was walking toward that room when James, the night security guard, blocked her path. "Don't go in," he said, firm and almost shaken. She blinked, confused. "Excuse me?" James didn't budge. "You need to evacuate the building now." People started gathering. Phones stopped. The hallway fell silent. Emily looked around, and everything in her told her this was absurd. But something in James' voice, in his fear, felt real. Against every instinct, she ordered a full evacuation. People thought she'd snapped. Darren confronted her in the parking lot, demanding answers. Anna stood by her, silent but alert. And James, he said nothing else, just stood there watching the building. That same afternoon, Emily called for all internal surveillance logs from the weekend. 2 of them were missing, not corrupted, erased. At 3 a.m. on Saturday, someone had accessed the executive floor. No one had authorization, no one had a reason. Except Darren. When Emily pressed for answers, Darren got defensive, aggressive. "You're letting a guard tell you how to run your company now," he snapped. But Emily wasn't the same person she was that morning. She started digging. With Anna's help, she traced hidden server activity to Darren's private workspace. It took hours and more than a few system overrides, but they found something chilling: encrypted documents detailing a secret project, an AI prototype, ultra-advanced, highly experimental, and totally unauthorized. It was being developed inside the conference room. Over the weekend, without her knowledge, Darren had locked the files with biometric access. But buried in an old folder, Anna found a name: Mateo Rios, an intern who had recently stopped showing up. A bright kid, passionate about ethical tech. Emily remembered him now. Polite, always asking questions, and gone for 5 days with no explanation. No one had checked on him, not until now. Then the first anonymous email arrived. "They're watching. Don't trust him. I tried to stop it. Please find me before he does." Emily went straight to the FBI. She showed them everything. Within hours, agents were inside the building. Mateo was found alive, hiding in a co-working space 2 blocks away, terrified and exhausted. He had tried to expose Darren, who threatened him, and wiped all traces of his work. Darren had planned to sell the AI system to a foreign buyer illegally, quietly and under the radar of every regulation. Emily stared at the building as they took Darren away in handcuffs. She thought about how close she came to unlocking that door, how one man one so often overlooked had the courage to stop her at the last second. She reinstated James the next day with full honors, promoted Anna to director of operations, and gave Mateo a permanent place on her ethics and innovation team. Sometimes, the person you think knows the least sees the most, and sometimes not. Going into that room is what saves everything. If you watched until the end, comment the word instinct, because sometimes it's not logic that saves us. It's a feeling we choose to listen to. There is a story here on the screen that will also move you. Press to watch. You won't regret it.